Hey everybody, it's Ashley Sturgis here. I am very excited that today I have a very special guest joining us. This guest hasn't been on my Facebook wall before, and I am just thrilled that she has agreed to take time out of her day to be here and share her story and her perspective on our wonderful company that you all haven't heard me shut up about because I'm all in and I'm so excited and I'm just sharing as much information as I can about it. Good morning, Janet. I see that my husband's here and I did see my beautiful guest pop up, so I'm going to add her. And let's see. Where did she go? There she is. Oops. It says she can't join the broadcast at this time. So let's see here. Maybe, oh, there she goes. It says adding. Hang in there, guys. You are not going to want to miss this guest today. Said no answer. So we're going to get this. Don't you worry. Let's see. This is the first time I've had this problem, actually. Let's try again. Okay, it says it's adding our guest again. So
I'm here.
Hey!
Sorry about that. That was my fault.
Oh, that's okay. That hadn't happened to me before, and I thought maybe Facebook changed their lives up or something like that.
No, it was my camera going the wrong way. So how are you?
I'm doing so well. Holly, thank you so much for being here. I just cannot express my gratitude enough that you have taken time out of your day to come and share with my network. For those of you who don't know Holly, this is Holly Roush. She is from Tulsa, Oklahoma, which I shared with you before, but I'm not sure if you remembered. I was born in Tulsa.
Yes.
My father lives there now with his wife, and my whole father's side of the family lives in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and it's near and dear to my heart. So not only do I love listening to the information and the stories that you share, but I just love listening to your voice because it reminds me of back home.
I love that.
So, Holly, if you wouldn't mind just jumping right in and sharing your story, I can't wait to hear it again because I just can't hear it enough.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having me on here. And I remember, yes, that you had family back here in Tulsa. So I hope you come visit sometime very, very soon. We've got these great events happening here in Tulsa here in April 28th and then May 17th and 18th and 19th. So, and I know that I spent some time with you out in California. And you're just a delight to be around. Always positive, always smiling. And so I know you're going to do great things. But, you know, I started in this industry about 12 years ago, stay-at-home mom at the time. I'd been in pharmaceutical sales, but I came to that division of, you know, do I stay home with the kids or do I continue to work? I was kind of like a corporate girl, and I'm really driven. I'm sure most of y'all can see that. And to me, the biggest challenge was to stay home. And so I had my second boy I have 3 boys now. And so when I had my second one, Corbin and I had just decided, hey, you know, the bigger job is to stay home and take care of the kids, which sometimes is an unrecognized job. And that was hard because I was used to working and having goals, and I'd reach those goals and you get kind of like, atta girl, good job. And staying at home was a little bit harder and a little more challenging. And so I commend all the moms who are out there that stay home with their kids, and dads as well, because they're stay-at-home dads. And so I was home. I'd been home for a couple of years, and it's so funny because I really remember what got me excited, because I remember I had a good friend who had started her own business, and she was doing huge success. And I remember jogging one day and she's telling me all about her business, and I hung up, and I remember thinking there has to be something that I can do where I can earn extra income, but do it when I want, with who I want, how often I want, and not take away from raising the boys, because that's really where I was supposed to be. And it was not too many days after that my brother-in-law sat down with me and said, hey, have you heard of, you know, of course I hadn't heard of it. It's brand new. This company at Monavie was our kind of first launch into the industry and only other company that we've really been a part of. And I had no previous networking experience at all. And so when he sat down and he told me about this company, I was like, well, how do you do it? I mean, I was into health and wellness. And so health and wellness, I thought, well, do I call in chiropractors? Do I go to Whole Foods? You know, my gym, I can do that. And he's like, no, Holly, it's one of those things. I'm like, well, one of what things? Because you know, network marketing. I was like, yeah, that's what I want to do, right? I mean, all of you watching, I'm sure that's like what you dreamed about. Like you went to bed as a little girl or a guy and you said, I want to be a network marketer. No, none of us had that dream and thought that's where we would be. And so when he told me that, I remember Corbin was in the kitchen pantry and came out and he said, no way, you're not going to do it. All our friends will run from you. You're not getting involved. And I listened to that for a few days because obviously I respected what he said. But at the same time, I couldn't get out of my head because I thought, what if this is the next biggest thing? And I had said no, and someone knocks on our door, and I challenge all of you watching this. We're talking about a company called Vasayo. And if someone knocks on your door 3 years from now and you have listened to this today and said no and sat on the sidelines, you're going to be very disappointed in yourself that you didn't say yes. And that was me. I thought, what if this company is big and 3 years someone knocks on my door and says, have you heard about it? I'm like, yeah, 3 years ago. And I said, no, what an idiot, right? So I told Corbin, I said, I got to do it because what if it's big? Guys, that company went to $1 billion. Thank goodness I said yes, and not just said yes, did something with it. And Corbin said you could have one night a week, your girls' night out, your gossip, your bunko, whatever you girls do, and you'll quit in 3 months. And I told you so. So I was like, I have to make money. And literally my goal was $100 a week. I was like, if I could make $100 a week, that's my own little spending money, get my product for free, we're doing something here. And so that's all I did is I started calling my friends. Hey, I think we found something. It's a way for us to get healthier. We can make some extra money. I want my closest friends with me. Let's get you in, because I believed in the product. I believed in the opportunity. And I went out there and shared like crazy. You know, I knew I was going to get no's. I got no's from people that I really cared about and I respected. And that's like a dagger in your heart. Like it's devastating when they say no. But at the same time, they're just saying to know what they don't really know what they're saying no to. I said no to the industry for a long time. People had invited me to parties all the time. And it was, you know, the companies that have a catalog full of products. And so you buy the cheapest thing in the catalog because you want to support your friend. And now you have a closet full of stuff to give away. But no one really explained the business opportunity. And when I really sat down and I learned about the business opportunity, one, I was confident the products work. Vasayo, the products work. But the compensation plan, I was like, what as a stay-at-home mom, and now, you know, Corbin and I do this together, can you find where you can earn extra income working when you want with who you want, your closest friends? There isn't anything out there like that. And I love to help people. So I thought, if I'm a person who loves helping people, this is the perfect industry for that. So our business absolutely exploded because we went out there. I mean, here I was, a stay-at-home mom in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I had zero experience. My husband thought I was nuts. I had family who thought I was nuts, and I just trudged through that because people were calling with amazing stories of what the product was doing for them, or calling because this paycheck maybe helped pay, you know, some bills off. And that drove me every day. Like, I can do this because I'm truly helping people. And what I learned is from the naysayers, they're not paying my bills, right? So I came to like this defining moment of like, I can listen to you, but are you going to pay for the house? Are you going to pay for my car payment? No. So I got to do something for me. And this was it. So here we are today. We were with that company, you know, 10 or so years. Dallin Larson, the founder of that company, is the founder of Vasayo. He was retired for a couple of years. He posted this video. He was coming back out. Corbin and I had a great relationship with him. Here's the thing about this industry now that I've learned, you know, I was naive then. I had no experience whatsoever. And thank goodness I became a part of an amazing company right away. But Dallin's got experience. He's taken it, helped a couple other companies go to $1 billion. And when he said he was coming out with this, I'm like, I'm going. Because Monavie went to $1 billion in less than 3 years. We saw a lot of our friends make a ton of money off doing that. Here we are again today. Vasayo will go to $1 billion. It's not if, it's when. And we're looking for people just like me, a stay-at-home mom with zero experience who just believes there's got to be something out there where I can earn a little extra money and help other people do the same while we're getting healthier.
Holly, I just love that. And I resonate so much with story. I was a teacher before. I've been a stay-at-home mom for the past 3 years. I reached out to Melissa Means, who I went to high school with, and I had just followed her on Facebook here and there. And you know what? I said, I want to know her secret. She looks beautiful. She looks healthy. She's energetic. She's happy. Obviously, she's doing something right.
That's
and
right.
I heard about this company, and I wanted that. I wanted that community, just like you said. I loved helping my community when I was a teacher, and I loved being around people, having that adult interaction that we lose sometimes, stay-at-home moms with little ones. And so really, how did you manage to balance this home business with 3 little kiddos at home? Because you did mention that you fit it into the cracks of the day, but so many people are fearful and disqualify themselves because we all feel
right.
these day and age, we just feel so busy all the time. So how did you manage?
I mean, it's such a great question. And for anyone watching with small children, I mean, sometimes we want to use our kids as an excuse. And instead I use them as a reason to do this, right? Because I wanted to stay at home, right? That was my goal, is not to have to go back to work one day. So I wanted to be home with the kids. And then as the business grew, I realized this is a way that I can bring Corbin to where he has more freedom, to be with the kids. And they were 3, 6, and 9 at the time, which means Dakota was in school, Drake was kindergarten, or they were somewhere around then. And Ethan, my youngest, was at a Mother's Day out maybe 2 days a week and home the rest of the time. But guess what? So were my friends and their kids. And so instead of using this time to have play dates and we just talk about meaningless stuff, we use that time to talk about meaningful stuff. How can we do something that makes our families even better? How can we do something that earns more income and we can have more value? How can we get more time freedom for our husbands? I mean, we sat around and we really thought, we're together anyway. Let's take this time and be productive. And so there were times that we maybe as moms would take turns, like, hey, you watch the kids and I'm going to go out and do some one-on-ones and make phone calls, or I'll take your kids today and you go do that. So we shared a lot of the taking care of each other's kids without paying daycare. And then there were times that we may have someone come over to the house and babysit the kids. We'd invite all the moms over, bring your kids, and we do a presentation. And so I really tried to figure out ways that work for them. A lot of these moms, they wanted kind of an outlet to not just be sitting at home. And so what I found is they were looking for something too. My oldest was playing football, and he's only first grade or whatever, was 9, so first or second grade, maybe third. And we all think we have the next NFL football player, right? And so where is every other parent? They're all at practice, and the chairs are just lined up with every mom and dad watching their kid, like, oh my gosh, he's going to be the star quarterback in the NFL, at 9 years old. And so whereas instead of saying my kids have practice and, everyone's talking about baseball, football, I was like, that is an opportunity to share. So literally, as the parents are lined up, I took the product and shared it with them all the way down the line of the parents, because why not? That's an opportunity. We're all sitting there. Again, we don't need to see every practice. These kids practice 10,000 times a week, a year. I just learned, one, I can miss out on some of the practices. I don't want to miss out on the games. But when I am at practice, so are other parents just staring out into the field. Let's do something with it. And from that small school, I mean, our school had, there was like 1,000 students in the school. We had 50 families in that school reach the gold level or above, which means they made $50,000 a year or more in that one school. Now, let me tell you what that does to a community. These parents gave back. We were able to help build buildings for the school, fields for the school, give sound systems for the school, billboards. I mean, there were so many different things that these families, because they earned some extra income, could give back. So the school was excited. The community was excited. We created this atmosphere of, you didn't want to miss out. Like, everyone wanted to be a part of it. I mean, if you sat on the sidelines and watched all of us having a blast together, we're smiling, we're laughing, we're earning money, we're getting healthier. All of a sudden they're like, well, I want to come. Like, I don't want to miss out. I want to do what they're doing. And I can tell you, when you're talking about Melissa and how beautiful you guys are all looking, when you take care of yourself, you're going to age better. And one thing I've watched is the people who have taken care of themselves with these great products, in the past, what we've done, what we're doing today, because they're all health and wellness, we look a heck of a lot better than our friends who did not do it and take care of themselves. And I would tell my friends, if I still look like this in 10 years and you've aged, sorry, I told you. I mean, what do you do? And so it's just having this confidence. So use your kids as a reason. So we sat down with our kids at a very young age, when they saw I was always home and all of a sudden I was going out doing meetings several nights of the week, instead of them grabbing my feet and crying, we're sitting down saying, okay, let's set some goals. So as they were starting to get older, like when mom hits silver, we're going to go to your favorite restaurant. When mom hits gold, I have boys. What do boys want? Tennis shoes. Like, we'll each get a new pair of tennis shoes, you know? So we set little goals with them. When we go gold, you can go on the gold cruise. When you go diamond, you can go with us to Maui. I mean, whatever it is. And so all of a sudden, instead of the kids being so bummed you're leaving, they see the big picture. Like, gosh, well, the more mom makes and the more she's out there, or dad, the more that's going to be seeded back into our family. And there's more that our family's going to be able to get to do. And so my kids became the kids that were like, why are you home tonight, mom? Why are you home tonight, dad? Like, get out there and do a meeting. Like, someone needs your help, because they knew where this business could take us. And they knew this business was helping people, which is what we love to do.
I just love that. I couldn't love that more. It's my kiddos are 2.5 and 1.5, but including them. And, you know, my daughter knows now, Mama goes to work. Even when I come out here to the car to do my live interview, Mama goes to work, and she's already starting to realize that. And I can't wait to just include them even more as they get older.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I do know that Corbin was a huge skeptic when you came to him originally, and he supported you, but he was even skeptic for a little while. So what changed his mind? Because when I went to my husband and told him I wanted to do this, he looked at me like he was being punked by Ashton Kutcher, and he just didn't know it was well, he is supportive, so he said, I want you to do this. I can see how passionate you are. I know that you've made up your mind, and when I make up my mind, I go. So there's no stopping. But I know that you have a similar story. Would you share his mind?
Yes. I mean, you know, when I said yes, here, we had a great life. I mean, our kids were in private school. We had a nice house, nice cars. And so for him, it was like, you're disrupting what our simple life is. You know, I like how things are. Do you really have to go do this? People are going to look at us funny and think, oh gosh, they need money. I mean, for all the reasons, he was kind of skeptic about it. And we just didn't know enough about the industry. And so we sat down as a goal together, because he was like, over my dead body, you're going to do it. But I was like, I'm going to do it. You know, I listened for 3 days, but for 3 days, I was like, okay, I'm over it. Like, I'm doing this. But we set our parameters. Like, I'll turn my phone off at these times. So when the kids get home from school, it's going to be all about the kids, you know, so make sure you have quality time. But I also knew how many nights I could go out, he said I couldn't do more than one night a week at the very beginning. So I did days and morning. He didn't know what I was doing during the day. He was at work. And so I'd have lunch meetings or morning meetings. And as the business grew and money started to come in, of course, he's like, how many nights a week do you need? You go, girl, you know, because all of a sudden the business is growing. You know, when I started, my goal was $100 a week. The first week I made 480. And I'm like, could you imagine an extra $5? I mean, I would like to ask anyone out there, like $500 a week. That's life changing for like 90% of you all. That's a big deal. And that's just putting a couple hours in every single day. And so as that 500 came in, I'm like, what if 500 more came in? I mean, why wouldn't I do that? And so I really got creative with the schedule. But knowing Corbin didn't want me to do it, he didn't like it. I mean, as a matter of fact, I was punished at times. I'd go out and do meetings, and I'd come home, and the kids hadn't been fed, and they're still awake, and they should be in bed. And so I had to work through that. Like, I could have chose to quit, but I chose to work through it. What I learned is, don't shove this down his throat all the time. Like, he's not excited about it. I am. I'm going to keep it to myself and then talk to those who are excited about it. But I'm not going to keep bringing it up to him. I'm just going to go build. I'm going to put in the work. I'm going to do the things behind the scenes. And as the business started to grow, Corbin, what a jerk. Corbin just put on there, what a jerk. I know. So, I mean, and so I just went in and put the work. And as the money started to grow, and as he started to hear stories from other families of what the health was doing for him, what the wealth could be, and how the money could be coming in, all of a sudden his mind started opening up more. And so the more I made, the more it was like, oh gosh, you can go out and do more. And I was able to start donating to the house. You know, there was a point where I was like, I'm making enough money that I feel kind of bad spending it all, because we had a great agreement. Whatever I made, I got to keep, right? That's only fair. But when you're starting to make 1,000 a week, 2,000 a week, like, you can't spend that fast enough. I challenge you to all get to that point where you have to spend that fast. And so I started saving up money, and I asked him, I was like, you know what? I feel bad. I was a diamond in the business. Like, I can contribute to the house a little more. And he's like, great, pay for the groceries. We have 3 boys. They ate a ton of food. And I'm like, well, I can do a little more than that. And I handed him a check for $17,000 and paid off his truck. And he's like, what's your login number and password? I need to check this out, you know? And so all of a sudden, like the world lifted up, and he got excited, and he started to be more open and more getting on board. And I think sometimes when our spouse is against it, that's another excuse we want to use. Like, he's not letting me, or she's not letting me, or she's not excited, or I'll only do if they do it. No, this is something that you just got to go prove. If this is something that you want to do, go prove to yourself and go prove to your spouse that you know that you know that you know you have your hands on something, and they will come around. I promise you. And the important thing is to get them around an event once in a while. So if you know you've got, you know, someone coming in from corporate or one of your upline leaders, say, come, you know, that's what I do with corporate. Like, come with me just to support me. You don't, I mean, I wasn't asking him to get excited and do meetings. It was just, come see why I'm excited. And all of a sudden he got around the leadership and the culture of the company. And it was like, these are good people. Like, they want good stuff for you. They do want to help you. They are invested in you. And all of a sudden he became more and more open to what the opportunity was. So don't give up on people. Don't give up on your spouse, because they will come around if you stick to it. Chances are they think you're going to quit. Oh, it froze. Don't quit at this. So
You're freezing up a little bit, but I hope that we're okay. I hope that everybody can still hear us. Okay. So I'll just take a little bit more of your time and ask one more question. I do have a lot of people in my network. We are in Southern California, so Monavi was really popular here, as you know. And
yeah.
you're a top earner in that company. And so how does Vasayo differ, or maybe the similarities between those two companies? And what do we have to look forward to in our future? Because we're at the beginning.
Well, I would tell you the opportunity is incredible for anyone watching. And, you know, it's just like I was Dallin left a message to the founder of Vasayo this morning that we're still laying the foundation. Like, we have not arrived yet. We're still looking for those people who are looking. We're still looking for leaders to rise up. And it's probably going to be a stay-at-home mom that's never built this business before. It's probably going to be a dad that's working 3 jobs and is tired of working all those jobs. You know, it's going to be maybe somebody who's never ever done this, but they see the big picture. And that was me. And so when we look at what that company Monavi did in California, I mean, I don't remember how many black diamonds there were, which means they were making significant, like in the millions of dollars. They had a black Mercedes 550 SL convertibles, what everyone got. They were all over California. We have none out there right now. I mean, I think there's one black diamond in all of California, and he's kind of going back and forth between a couple different states. So it's so completely wide open. We're just looking for someone to say yes. You need to understand that that company went to $1 billion in 3 years. We're on a faster track with what we're doing here. We've got the most amazing products. You know, that company, if we had one product, this company, we have 5 amazing products that are life-changing, that everyone needs, men, women, young, old, it doesn't matter. It's a product everybody needs. We've got a founder who has taken a couple other companies to $1 billion, 6 diamonds in Corona area alone. I mean, it's just, I mean, come on, California, it needs to be on the map. And I'm telling you, Californians, it's not. So it's time to get busy, because everyone out there watching this, and whether it's California, Texas, Oklahoma, right here in Tulsa, everywhere is wide open, and you have the chance to have everybody in your team. And that was me. When I first saw this sitting here in Tulsa, I was the first one in Tulsa besides my brother-in-law who sponsored me. And I thought, what if I could have all of Tulsa under me? And then I remember one of the founders of the company saying, Holly, you're not only going to have Tulsa, because Tulsa is going to lead you to someone in Kansas City, who leads you to Minneapolis, who leads you to Des Moines, to California, to New Jersey. And I didn't understand that concept because I've never built a business like this. But that's what happens. Someone you sign up here knows someone there. And all of a sudden we have business all over the country. So this is just planting the seeds right now, just a small foundation. We are just getting started. You know, we're less than, in my opinion, really a year old into this company. We're sifting to find those who want more. So if you're in California, there's events happening all the time. You just got to get there. You got to plug into you and what you're doing. Your network needs to join you and get started. I wouldn't sit anymore, because she knows where she's going. She's doing all the right things. She's showing up to the event. She's learning. She's getting around the leaders. That's what people need to do. And we're just waiting for someone to say, pick me. I remember sitting in one of my very first meeting I went to. I drove 5 hours to Dallas, Texas, and the guy talking had made 150 million in the industry. And I remember him saying, there was 15 people in the room, and I'm sitting in the front row because I believe in sitting in the front row, no distractions. And he said, I want to help 10 people become millionaires this year. And I'm raising my hand, pick me. And thinking, oh, if I'm just all cute and nice and fun, he'll say that I'll help you make $1 million. And he kind of looked at me and laughed. He's like, this isn't a pick me contest. Like, you have to put in the work. But I saw the big picture. I saw it was possible. Maybe at that day, I didn't think I could make $1 million, but you need to understand that year I did. It happened because I believed I could do it. I duplicated what he said and I put the effort in. And that is where we're at with Vasayo. As anyone watching this, it could be you. I can promise you this, the company, when they launched, that other company, Tulsa, Oklahoma wasn't even in the top 50 cities of where they thought this business would go in the first year. And we ended up being the top one to three every single month the first several years. And that was from a stay-at-home mom in Tulsa who'd never built the business before, whose husband thought she was crazy. If I can do it, anybody watching this can do it. You just have to believe it, and then you got to go out and put the effort and just tell the no's and the negative, get out of my way. Like, I put my blinders on when they were negative. I was like, I don't even want to hear it. Don't talk to me. I mean, talk to the hand, and I walked away. And if all of you guys will do that, and you'll just start picking up that phone and calling, we're going to have another 14, 15, 20, 30 black diamonds right there in California. I can't wait to see who it's going to be.
I sure can't either. And we're on camera, and I'm here to say that Melissa and I are running. So join our team,
Awesome.
And you won't be sorry, because we've been to the events. We see the power when we speak, when we hear Holly speak, and when we hear our other leaders speak, and it's powerful. And I think some people think, oh, that can't happen to me. That's just going to happen to them. But it has happened in the past. You've seen it firsthand, and it's going to happen again. And you know what? I'm going to be a part of it.
Good. We want you. We're excited. And we're excited that you're doing this and you're putting yourself out there, because that's half the battle, is just putting yourself out there. And if you'll do that, here's the thing is, you'll sit down with someone and they'll be like, I got to think about it. And it kind of cracks me up, because one, I think, what's the risk? Like, worst case, you get better health. Best case, you get better health and you make money. Like, to me, it's a no-brainer. Like, why would you stop and think about it? Just jump in, get some product, get started. And what if you're that person that goes out and shares it with the right people, and you create, 500 a week, 1,000 a week, 5,000 a week, 10,000 a week, 20,000 a week, 50,000 a week business? That could be you. You never know. So why not? Why can't it be?
Exactly. Well, Holly, thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here. This just is a perfect of our servitude, leadership, and it's so genuine. And I just thank you so much.
Thanks, Ashley. And everybody, go watch her. Go join her team. Let's get her started. Let's get you going in California and get on the Vasayo events calendar. See what's happening in your area. And she'll get out to your home and do a meeting for you, because that's what it's all about. It's kind of locking arms, getting into the homes, and bringing your friends over, creating some fun. This isn't work. This is fun. So have people over into your home, laugh together, share together, and watch what happens.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Holly. And I hope to see you very soon.
You will. All right. Take care. Bye, everyone. Bye.